Dadudala, the love that passes through 1,000 shatterings, by Thích Bảo Thành. The silent sorrow of a woman watching a figure disappear beyond the palace gates. In the annals of history, people often recount the magnificent image of a prince leaving behind golden palaces and royal splendor, courageously stepping into the dark night to seek liberation, for the world's statues are carved in his image. His name is praised, incense is lit, and sutras are chanted in his honor. Yet very few pause long enough to listen to the soft breathing of a woman standing behind a closed door, her eyes still holding dew, as she watches the silhouette of the one she loves fade into the stillness of that night. That woman was not only the wife of a prince.
She was an inseparable part of his awakening.
She was like a gentle moon slipping through the leaves, lighting the path for one who dared to choose a paradoxical road, to leave everything behind in order to find a far greater everything. On the night the prince departed, what stood before her was not betrayal, not the resentment of a wife left behind, not anger that the one she loved walked away while their child was still an infant. She understood. Even with pain piercing bone and marrow, she understood.
Some paths must be walked alone. Some ideals are so vast that all personal bonds grow small before them.
Some sacred callings require the heart of one who loves to crush its own private sorrow, so that blessings may follow every step of the one who leaves. That was the stature and the capacity of Dadudala.
She let the prince go, but she never left him. In every breath, every thought, every silent prayer, she loved in stillness, a love that does not cling, does not bind, does not demand the other turn back simply because one is in pain.
A love that understands. If you truly love someone, you will never stop them from becoming the noblest version of themselves. On the day the prince attained awakening, beneath the Bodhi tree, the light of enlightenment did not only touch countless beings, it also reached the heart of the woman who had silently followed him for so many years. Yet Dadudala did not rush to ask, "Why did you abandon me? Why did you leave our child so early? Why didn't you return even once?" No. Her heart held no space for demands, for her love had already undergone a great transformation. From self-centeredness to selflessness, from the need to be loved in return to the blessing. May you be free. And when the Buddha returned to Kapalavettu, the way she looked at him was no longer the gaze of a wife reclaiming her husband. It was the gaze of one soul recognizing another that had crossed to the far shore of suffering. She no longer wished to stand in the role of a wife. She wished to walk the same path as he did. Not to claim him for herself, but to fulfill her own vow, a vow carried through countless lifetimes. If one day you awaken, I will follow you on the path that no longer belongs to just the two of us. Not as a consort following her husband, but as a practitioner walking behind one who is awakened. What is most beautiful in Dadudala is not her pain, but the way she transformed pain into silent light. She did not compete. She did not accuse. She did not demand that the world-honored one return to being her husband as before. She did not hold him back for personal love. This love was no longer romantic love. It had become unconditional compassion. Like water soaking the earth, wind touching leaves, clouds embracing the sky. Natural, vast, needing no repayment. She loved through understanding. She cared with open hands. She stood behind and supported, even when the light now shone from him, no longer from her.
When love becomes freedom for both. The day Dharma cut her hair and entered monastic life, she did not step into the Sangha seeking to reclaim a former lover. She entered with the heart of one who had seen the path back to the source of true mind. Someone once asked her, "Why follow someone who once left you?" But that question was far too small for the vastness of her love, for through wisdom she understood. One who seeks truth cannot be bound by family happiness. One who carries the vow to liberate the world cannot be confined by private love. And one who truly loves is the one who blesses the other to fulfill their mission completely. Her love was now a lotus blooming in the mud, yet unstained, soft, yet not weak, deep, yet never drowning anyone. So beautiful that it teaches us this truth. The greatest love is not staying together for a lifetime, but watching each other mature and honoring each other's path, no matter how far apart those paths may lead. The Dudala walked beside the Buddha no longer as a royal pair in a palace. She walked as a practitioner determined to complete her own journey of awakening. And in that quietness, she offered humanity a sublime meditative message. To love is not to hold on. To love is to help the other be free, and to help oneself grow through that same freedom. Her love for the Buddha is a great teaching. No love ever truly disappears, only transforms. No shattering is ever meaningless, only opening into something greater. No one is truly abandoned. Each only chooses where to stand in the journey of their heart's maturation. And so, in the boundless stillness of the Buddha Dharma, the love of Dadudala remains, like an eternal moon that never fades, even though the sun of enlightenment rose long ago.
The night the prince left the palace, the moon was thin as a breath. She stood there silent, like the last leaf of autumn that does not fall. No tears, no calling out, no holding back, only one gaze deep to the very bedrock of compassion. Some footsteps must be walked alone. Some dreams are larger than 1,000 longings. She understood. And so her heart opened like a door, so that the one she loved could step onto a path the human world does not dare to tread. Her love did not demand, did not bind, did not wait for return. It simply stood behind, like a small flame warming the long night of one on the brink of awakening. The day he became the Buddha beneath the radiant Bodhi tree. She did not ask why, for her heart had already crossed beyond loss and gain, had already seen that no one truly belongs to anyone, only that souls meet one another to remind each other of the way home. When he returned to Kapalavathu, her eyes were no longer those of a wife seeking her husband, but of a practitioner recognizing a rising sun. A single bow, light as cloud, touching a mountain peak. No blame, no pleading, no wish to restore yesterday. She followed him into monastic life, not to keep him, but to keep her own vow across countless lifetimes. When you see the light, walk toward the light. That love, soft as a still autumn lake, deep as the bottomless sky. A love that has left behind all names, no male, no female, no trace of possession or longing. To love is not to stay together for an entire lifetime. To love is to bless each other, to fully live their own life, to see the other fulfilled and quietly fulfill oneself. In the dust of time, the image of the Dudala remains a bell that never ceases to ring. To love is to let go. To let go is to love more deeply, more widely. To let go is to free oneself from the chains of longing and expectation. The ancient moon still shines. Only the human heart continues to learn this lesson again and again. The greatest love is the love that does not need to hold on. The greatest compassion is to love without making anyone smaller. And so in the infinite current of the Buddha Dharma, the love of the Dudala continues through every mindful breath. Silent, gentle, unextinguished, like the 1,000-year moon, lighting the steps of those who seek